Hey guys, in this video, we're going to be talking about 3 things that will bring customers back to you and make them pay you over and over and over again in the detailing world so that you don't have to go keep getting new customers all the time. But before we get into this, I just want to remind you guys, if you haven't yet, go below in the YouTube description box because I've put together a free guide that lays out the top 10 tools and products that will help you start your auto detailing business today for under $500. Spent a ton of time on that document. It's totally free, so don't worry about any of that. All you got to do is join the Wilson Auto Detailing email list. So once again, go below in the YouTube description box and grab that free guide now. Now, I want to get into this concept of how to bring customers back to you over and over again because this is going to be how you build your maintenance client list in the beginning stages of your business. And like anything, as you build momentum in this part of your business, it begins to build on itself, so you don't have to implement these things forever as viciously and aggressively as you're going to have to in the beginning stages. But for now, this is something that you should hit head on as strong as you possibly can. So let's get into those 3 things now. Number 1 is what I call over communication. And this is not just me saying this. I actually got a great maintenance client interview in the last couple weeks with several different maintenance clients, and all of them have hit on this when I asked them the question, what made you trust me in the beginning before we had a built relationship to take care of your car in the way that you wanted me to take care of your car? And one of the things that everyone continues to highlight is the over communication that I do on the front end. And specifically what they end up talking about is the fact that I highlighted things that they were or were not aware of in the beginning, and it made them implicitly trust me simply because I mentioned those things. So a couple examples of this might be, for example, in the beginning of my business, I would have a list of what I call major pain points in the detailing world. And what that was is a list of particular areas, interior and exterior, of every vehicle that ended up being difficult to clean for a variety of reasons. One of those areas was going to be the front, particularly on dark colored cars because of bug and water spots and etchings of all different kinds. What ended up happening is after I finished detailing the vehicle, because of the etching and because of the staining, it looked as if that area was under detailed. But what ended up being true was that it wasn't a detailing issue, it was a repair issue. But unfortunately, many customers don't understand the distinction. And this became one of the major areas that I would over communicate about in the beginning before I ever touched the vehicle. And not only does this set the customer expectation in a certain place for me to over fulfill at the end, but it also, again, inevitably builds trust right on the front end, because what you're framing up for the customer is, hey, let me explain to you the nature of what this is, because I don't want you to be disappointed in the end. So let's make sure before we ever get going that we're on the same page. And this is something that each maintenance client of mine has highlighted, over communicating on the front end. Even at the risk of sometimes annoying somebody, I've decided that at this point in my business, I would rather over communicate than under communicate and have to deal with something afterwards. Now, this is going to sound really simple, but I want to give you guys the specifics of exactly what I would do. One of the things I'm always thinking about in the detailing world are what I kind of term as low cost, high impact things. And what I mean by low cost, high impact is that these are things you can implement in your business, from services to products to gifts to the way you talk to all different kinds of things. That's sort of the 80-20 rule. How do I put in minimal effort and get out maximum results? It's really a thought of optimization more than anything else. And you can think about this in terms, once again, of all different parts of the detailing world. But what I wanted to ask myself is, what can I add on to the detail that's going to make this customer get that added sense of, oh my gosh, Wilson Auto Detailing cares about me. They did a great job. And this thing that they did wasn't even necessary, and they did it anyways. And I wanted that to fall into the what I call low cost, high impact. That way it was an easy thing for me to implement. And one of the things that each maintenance client has said is that the gift I've left them in the car afterwards was a big deal to them. Now, practically speaking, just to give you guys exactly what I did so that I'm not holding anything back, Here's what the gift was. I would buy a pack of 50 to 100 microfiber towels, really simple ones, just dusting microfiber towels on Amazon. I would roll them up and fold them in a very specific way so that my business card and a couple of mints would fit into the microfiber cloth in a little pocket, and I would set it on the console or right in front of the transmissions or the cup holders or on the dash, wherever they would see it first when they walked in. And that was my way of saying, thank you, here's a little gift from me. And the reason I call it low cost, high impact is simply because it is very literally low cost, but it meant a lot to the customer. Now, the third and final thing is going to be what I call simple over-delivering, but it doesn't mean you have to do it for free. So, for example, in this particular scenario with this Jeep, the black trim needed to be restored and protected. Many detailers are worried about bringing up something like that because they feel like the customer is going to feel like you're selling them and being slimy. And what I've realized is that when you over-communicate, when you deliver some of these other things, I can actually bring up certain pain points on the car that need to be fixed or corrected that are going to make the end result that much better. The customer is willing to pay for it, and they thank you afterwards for bringing it up and even giving them the opportunity to correct the problem, even though they're paying for it. Many guys are tempted to give away things like this for free, and I'd encourage you not to do that, and you really don't need to do that if you implement some of these other things on the front end, because you've already built this relationship of trust. And so it ends up being this huge win-win where not only you can create more margin and profitability in your business, but you also end up creating a lasting impression with the customer where they feel like you deeply care about them. Now, if you guys want to see any of the tools or the products that I used in this video, because I did use quite a lot, especially the black trim restoration products and all that sort of stuff, I'm going to hook up Amazon links below this video to all of those things. So go below in the YouTube description box if you want to check out the tools and products that I use for a detail like this, because Jeeps can be particularly difficult. And when you're in the YouTube description box below, once again, grab that 13-page document, that free guide on how to start your auto detailing business for under $500, because the truth is you can learn from your own mistakes or you can learn from other people's mistakes. And I would rather learn from other people's mistakes when it comes to wasting money. And that guide is going to help you not waste money on tools and products that do not work. So as you guys are looking at the after results here, number one, thank you for watching. Number two, hit the like button if you like this info. And if you're new to the Wilson Auto Detailing community and you haven't yet subscribed, then hit the subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you get notified when I publish future videos. And as always, from Luke here at Wilson Auto Detailing, thank you guys for watching. Keep working hard, and I will see you guys in the next video.